Hey everyone, welcome to this 20-minute movement class. We are going to start on the long side of our mats today in a yogi squat. So gently, slowly make your way there now. So just on the long side of your mat, place the feet wider than hips width apart at about a 45-degree angle facing out to the corners of your mat, and gently come down into a yogi squat. And just be really gentle here. If it's the first movement of class, you can place your hands forward, or if it feels more comfortable to have the elbows propped into the knees, that's okay too. And just take some deep breaths and get comfortable in this movement with deep breaths. Pushing the knees outwards, rocking back and forth, getting some warmth into the hips. You can drop the head down. You can also stay still if that feels better for you. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then we're going to bring the elbows into the knees, pushing the knees out. You can either have your hands in prayer, or you can sort of interlace the knuckles and push the knees out this way. Close down the eyes and try to start breathing in through the nose and out through the nose with that constriction in the back of the throat. On the next inhale, place your hands down in front of you. Exhale, gently, gently, straighten the legs as straight as they'll go. And let the head stay dropped down. You can keep a micro bend in the knees if it's feeling very tight. We're gonna do a couple of these to warm up here. You can grab the elbows and swing back and forth if that feels good as well. Or just keep those hands rested on the ground. On your next inhale, squat down, straight spine. Exhale, straighten the legs. Head comes down. A couple more of these. Inhale, squat down. Exhale, push to the straight legs. Make sure you're wiggling around a lot, sort of working into the hips. And now place your left hand in the center between your 2 feet, and exhale, twist the right arm up to the ceiling. You can do some micro bends and stretches here as well, or you can keep the legs straight. No, don't want to lock the knees there. On the next inhale, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, bring that right arm down. Place it where the left hand is. Inhale, take a breath here. And exhale, twist that left arm to the sky. Inhale, glue those shoulder blades together. Exhale, bring that left arm down. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, come down and back into that yogi squat. Inhale, left elbow pushes into the left knee. Plant that left hand down. Twist the right arm up to the sky, similar to what we were just doing with straight legs. On your next inhale, you can either stay here or swing that left arm behind that left leg, and then exhale, internally rotate the right shoulder, sweep that right arm down. The left hand tries to grab the right wrist in a bind. If this is too much, just stay where we were before. Keeping those gentle rocks in the hips. We're really opening the hips up. On the next inhale, twist to the sky one more time. Exhale, release. Bring the hands forward. Rock a little bit more. Inhale, take that right elbow into the right knee, plant the right hand down. Exhale, twist that left arm up to the sky. Inhale, internally rotate that left hand. Bring that right arm to the right butt cheek. And then swing that left arm down. The right wrist grabs the left, the right hand grabs the left wrist. Look up to the sky, deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale, glue those shoulder blades together, look up to the sky. Exhale, release, come down. Good. Now straighten those legs up on your last inhale. Oof. And then walk the feet out a little bit. Grab those opposite elbows, swing a little bit more. Just a relaxed, bent knees, swinging, swinging. And once you're swinging to the left side, place those left hands, the hands down to the front of the mat and twist into a left lunge. So the left foot is in front, the right leg is back. And what we're gonna do here is just some gentle bounces. So both hands are in front of you, staying with the breath and doing some gentle bounces into the hips. The knee can go a little bit over the foot, as long as that doesn't hurt your knee. And then on the next bounce, gently drop that right knee down. Bring the shoulders back and down. Hands open to the front. Lift the chest up. Look to the sky. Don't sink too far down. You want to keep engaging the belly towards the back of the spine, arching from the top of the spine. And then come forward on the next exhale. We're going to bring that right knee up. Straighten both legs. Walk that left foot in a little bit and come onto the knife edge of that left foot, so the side where your pinky toe is, and then slowly bend into a lizard lunge here. You can bring the hands out wider than your mat, keeping your butt elevated. You don't want to sink, so you're really keeping the hips straight and square, and then elevate and then sink down. You can bring those hands into sort of a spider position, and some deep breaths here. Try not to sink that right butt cheek, really engaging through the right leg. Strong quad, strong foot. You don't want to sickle into that left ankle. Feel the shakes. And on your next inhale, come up into a pyramid pose on that knife edge of that foot. So you're still on the knife edge of that foot, not sinking, you're engaging in that foot so you don't hurt your ankle. And then what we're gonna do is take some deep breaths here. So inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And now inhale, bend that knee into lizard lunge. Exhale, straighten that leg into pyramid pose, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, lizard lunge. Exhale, pyramid pose, forward fold. Inhale, lizard lunge. Stay here. Plant those hands in front of you so they're firm on the ground, and you're going to walk that left foot, pivot towards the long edge of the left side of the mat, and onto the knife edge of your right foot. So you're sinking into this right hip. You get a nice stretch here. Don't drop it all the way down. You can keep that right leg with a little bit of a micro bend, and you walk that left foot towards your pubic bone to a point that feels comfortable for you. You can stretch the left arm over your ear, or if that's too much, you can just rest it on your left quad. This is sort of just about waking up the whole body, getting some good movement in. Inhale, stretch that arm over if it's over your head. And then on your exhale, gently, gently sit down on that right butt cheek. You're just sinking down. You can even rest the right ear on the right shoulder, just relaxing for a second. And then what we're gonna do is bring this right leg, bend it in, going to cow face pose. So cross that left foot over the right leg. Sorry, I'm facing the back. So both your feet are out and both knees are sort of on top of each other. So if I turned around, it's left knee in front, or on top rather, right knee below. Both feet are activated. We're in cow face pose. So I'll turn around. All right, so we're sitting in cow face pose, and we're just gonna do some like morning stretches here. So lift the hands up over the head in prayer. Exhale, bring both arms down into goalposts. Lift that chest up to the sky if you can. Then keep those arms coming down behind you. Place them behind your hips and just rest, really. So you're just doing a big stretch. You can bend and stretch the arms, whatever feels good for you. And just sort of roll the neck, just whatever feels good here. Sort of distracting from this deep hip stretch, but not entirely. And then on your next inhale, lift those arms back up over the head. Exhale, drop that right hand down. Left hand stretches over, look up to the sky. Good. Couple of breaths here. Reaching that left hand over. You can either keep the hand up or you can drop the right elbow down onto the ground. On your next inhale, come up straight overhead, hands in prayer. Lift that chin to the sky, to the sun. Exhale, left hand down to the side. Reach over. You can put the elbow down if it's accessible. And just a nice stretch here, a couple breaths. Good. On your next inhale, come up straight. Now, place the right hand down behind you. So behind your right glute. And then your left hand is going to meet the right hand. So you're coming over to the front. Your left hand is then beside your right hand. You're kind of on your way up, and you're going to swivel all the way up. So swivel, and then you're back up into a forward fold facing the front of the mat where we were before. Very good. And just do your swings. And we're gonna do the other side. So once you're swinging, once you swing to the right, place those hands on the right side of the mat and twist into a lunge with your right leg forward. And do those little bounces, just sort of working into the hip there. You can either be looking down or you can look straight ahead, but try not to crank the neck back, just bouncing. On your next exhale, drop the left knee gently, untuck that toe, roll the shoulders, palms facing forward, sink down gently, elevate the chest to the sky. Don't sink forward, keep everything engaged. So you're sort of squeezing the mat with your right foot and your left foot sort of magnetizing together. Belly button magnetized to the spine, chest lifts to the sky. Breaths here. Good. On your next exhale, forward fold, hands go in front of you, and then you're going to come into that lizard lunge. So straight legs, or sort of straight, you can keep them a little bit bent. Pivot that right foot in, come onto the knife edge of the right foot, and then bring those hands out, maybe wider than your mat, sort of in a spidered position, and then gently bend the right knee, keeping that foot activated. You're on the knife edge, and then slowly forward fold into a lizard lunge, not dropping the back, keeping that butt elevated, quad is engaged. Deep breaths here. It's a very deep stretch. On the next inhale, work the legs towards straight, keeping that lizard lunge foot on your the knife edge of your foot. And the next exhale, back down to lizard lunge. Inhale, pyramid pose, forward fold on the knife edge of the right foot. Exhale, forward fold into lizard lunge. Inhale, straight leg. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, forward fold. Keep those hips square. Exhale, back down. Now, plant those hands in front of that foot. We're gonna swivel again. So swiveling that right foot towards the center of the mat, and it twists your hips towards the right side. Micro bend that left leg and sink into that left hip. And then you can either bring that right arm over the head, or you can just rest it on your right thigh, whatever feels better. Try not to sink down. Keep a little bit of buoyancy, not locking anything. Big stretch. Whatever's more comfortable, you can pivot the foot more towards the downward side of your mat, or you can keep it up a bit higher. Big deep breaths here. And on your next exhale, gently bring that left hip to the ground. And then sink into that left shoulder. Sort of enjoy this luxurious moment where you're just stretching out everything and also relaxing at the same time. Now on your next inhale, gently bend that left knee, and it's gonna magnetize towards your right knee so they go together into cow face pose like we did on the other side. The left leg is underneath, the right leg's on top. Both knees are facing forward. Inhale, lift the arms above the head. Exhale, goalpost arms. Try to lift that chest up to the sky. And then drop those hands behind you. Stretch that chest up to the sky. You can bend and stretch the arms. Roll the neck. Keep both knife edges of the feet active so your toes are awake and digging into the floor. You should feel both hip bones or both butt cheeks making contact with the ground. Inhale, lift the arms up, come forward. Exhale, this time left arm to the ground. Fold over to the side. Quicker this time, inhale up. Exhale, fold over to the other side. Now, inhale, come up. Left hand comes down behind that left butt cheek. Right arm goes the same way. Crosses in front. And then we're going to swivel up. And again, we're facing the front of the long edge of the mat. And just bend the knees. And just, again, shake it out. This time, you can do something different with your arms. You can put them down and do a couple bounces, or you can stay still. You can grab opposite ankles, whatever works. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bring both toes outwards, facing the outward corners of the mat, wider than we were in our yogi squat. We're gonna do a goddess squat. So we come down, and then put both hands on the front of your feet so they're supporting your ankle. They kind of go here, and then push the elbows back into the knees and stick your butt out, straighten your spine, and just sit here. Deep breaths. You can feel your sort of, all the muscles in your ankle and your feet engaging. Keep those shoulders rolled back and down. Keep the belly engaged into the spine. Now, on your next inhale, take your hands and then push them back behind you. You can swivel, you can walk the feet in a little bit more. And your triceps are gonna be basically a seat. So you put your hands back towards the back edge of your mat and then sit down. Sit down on your triceps, okay? And you just stay here, okay? Just stay here, you're sort of sitting on your triceps. Protract the scapula, so you're not sinking. You're protracting, everything's engaged, almost like you're in a crow pose, but you're just sitting on your arms here. Okay, very good. Now, all done. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward fold. Okay. So what we can try right at the end of class is we go back into that squat that we were just in. Sweep those arms behind you. Keep those hands glued to the floor. Wrap the triceps into each other. Sit back on the triceps. And when you're in that position, you can try to straighten one leg out. Flex, point, whatever works. Try and get it off the ground. Sweep it back in. Good. Other side. Stretch that left foot out. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Keep yourself seated on those triceps and then swing it back in. Good. Now stretch up one more time. All right, we're at the end here. So come down in whichever way you want, back onto your knees. You can sit on your heels or you can tuck your toes under for a little bit of an extra stretch, which is always nice. Palms facing the ceiling or down, whatever feels better. One final inhale together, arms above the head, inhale, sweep up. Palms together, exhale. Bring those palms down to the heart center. Feel your heart beating. Just feel your breathing, feel your heart. You can end the class here. You can bring the palms down onto the thighs, or you can go into Shavasana. Thank you for joining me today.